You walk into a crowded room. You don't know anyone. You grab a drink, stand near the wall, and try to look busy on your phone. You feel invisible. You feel like nobody is watching you. But you are wrong. Somewhere behind you, a stranger's eyes just flick toward you and away again. You didn't see it, but your brain did. And the real answer to why you felt so strange in that room is far stranger than you think. For most of human history, being alone in a crowd was not a metaphor. It was a matter of life and death. Picture your ancestors 60,000 years ago. A small band, maybe 30 people, gathered around a fire on an open savanna. The dark beyond the firelight was not empty. It held teeth. It held claws. It held rival bands who wanted the same water, the same meat, the same shelter. In that world, a person who could sense they were being watched had an edge. A person who could feel eyes on the back of their neck, even without turning around, lived longer. Their children lived longer too. This is not folklore. This is measurable. In 1898, a psychologist named Norman Triplett noticed something odd while studying cyclists. Racers who rode against another person went faster than racers who rode alone against a clock. Nothing about the bike changed. Nothing about the track changed. Only one thing changed. Someone else was there. Triplett called it social facilitation. Your body performs differently the moment it detects another mind paying attention to it. Not judging you. Not even looking directly at you. Just present. Just aware. Think about that for a second. Your muscles fire differently. Your heart rate shifts. Your grip strengthens. All because of a presence you can barely name. Now fast forward to the 1960s. A researcher named Bib Latane wanted to understand something darker. Why did dozens of witnesses fail to help a woman being attacked in New York City, while a single witness almost always intervened? You'd expect more people to mean more help, more eyes, more chances someone steps in. But Latani and his colleague John Darley found the opposite. They called it diffusion of responsibility. The more people who witness something, the less any single person feels personally obligated to act. Everyone assumes someone else will. So often, no one does. Here's the strange part. Your brain isn't just tracking whether people are around. It's constantly calculating how much of the responsibility, the attention, the judgment belongs to you versus to everyone else in the room. You are running this calculation right now, in every group chat, every meeting, every crowded subway car. You just don't notice the math happening. So why does a crowded room feel lonely when your ancient wiring says it should feel safe? Because your ancestors' groups were small. 30 people. Everyone knew your name. Everyone had a stake in you surviving because your survival helped theirs. Modern crowds are not tribes. They are hundreds of strangers whose brains are running the exact same ancient tribal software and finding no tribe to plug it into. Your brain scans the room the way it scanned the savannah. It's still looking for who notices you, who might protect you, who might be a threat. But it finds no answers. Just faces that look through you like glass. This mismatch has a name in modern psychology. Some researchers call it evolutionary mismatch. Your circuitry was built for one environment and dropped into a completely different one, like a compass placed near a magnet. It still swings. It just doesn't point anywhere true anymore. There's an experiment that captures this perfectly. In the late 1990s, researchers at Cornell studied what they called the spotlight effect. People were asked to wear an embarrassing t-shirt into a room full of strangers, then guess how many people noticed. Participants guessed nearly half the room would remember the shirt. The real number was closer to 1 in 4. Most people didn't notice at all. You feel like a spotlight is on you at every moment. But almost everyone else in the room is running the exact same program, worrying about their own spotlight, not yours. Isn't that strange? A room full of people, each one convinced they are the only one being watched, while barely watching anyone else at all. This is the twist your ancestors never had to face. In a band of 30, being watched was real, and mattered, and meant something. In a crowd of 300 strangers, being watched is mostly imagined, and the isolation is the actual truth. Your brain hasn't caught up. It still runs the tribal alarm. It still scans faces for allies and threats. It still tallies who saw you trip, who saw you laugh too loud, who might tell someone else. But there is no tribe on the other end of that scan anymore. Just noise. Here's where it gets even stranger. Loneliness researchers, including the work of John Cacioppo at the University of Chicago, found that feeling isolated in a crowd can be more damaging to your health than being physically alone. Your body treats social disconnection as a threat, the same way it treats hunger or cold. Cacioppo's research linked chronic loneliness to inflammation, poor sleep, and even shortened lifespan. Not because you were truly unsafe, because your ancient alarm system couldn't tell the difference between a modern crowd and old danger. So the next time you stand at a party, feeling unseen in a room full of people, understand what is actually happening. Your brain is running code written for a fire, 30 faces, and a night full of real danger. It is trying to find your tribe in a sea of strangers who are just as lost as you are. You are not actually invisible. You were simply built for a much smaller world. And somewhere behind you, right now, in this very room, someone else is standing near a wall, gripping a drink, feeling exactly the same thing you feel. You walked into a crowded room believing nobody was watching you. The truth is, stranger, everyone is watching. They are just too busy wondering if anyone is watching them.